I didn't get that.
Because it's easement, not land.
When you look at where medicine came from, it was, on the job training.
Yeah. She told me that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, she gets all.
Right away, then?
It is.
She's grateful for it.
And then,
We're gonna have to chase boys off.
Yeah. My shotgun.
Yeah. I was on the run.
yeah, so we're at two different places.
Okay.
Later on, we're gonna be at different. That's the plan anyway.
How are you, Nicole?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm on the dirt bike.
I'm after you.
So you, I'm not better.
You have you?
Well, where you guys want to?
Bless, I guess you've been talking.
Oh, well, that would be easy enough. Yeah.
You gotta bank the gallon.
That's all right. Did you know Art's brother passed?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Roll, kind of. Everything running? I'd like to call this Board of Commissioners meeting to order, January 16th. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a recipient of federal funds and in support of Dearborn County's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the county gathers statistical data regarding participants in county activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey for our meeting. You are not required to complete this survey, however, the form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring art, compliance with Title VI and ADA.
We need to open a public hearing to discuss the vacation of Verity Row right-of-way easement. Do we have discussion on that first, or do we open the public meeting, Andy?
So the way, just as an example, the way Planning Commission handles it is that with Rob being here, Rob, oh, there you are. Oh, sorry. There's so many people I couldn't see in the crowd, Rob. The petitioner would present, and then after the petitioner presents, then you could move to open public hearing.
So, Nicole, it's your issue. We'll proceed.
Good evening, Nicole Daly, Director of Planning and Zoning. We had an application received in our office for the request of a vacation of Verde Lane right away as an easement. This is a unmaintained roadway that was given to the commissioners or the county through NDOT when they redid US 50 and hasn't been maintained or on the list of maintenance since that time. And there is an interest in a property owner buying two lots that are split by this right-of-way, and their request is to vacate the right-of-way. And this is of easement, and this is not of land that is actually has been dedicated or owned by the county or county commissioners. It was just given as an easement from NDOT. This came before our technical review meeting that was on December 18th. We went through the application and the survey plat to make sure that it met zoning ordinances and requirements. Letters were sent out to all adjoiners for this meeting on December 28th. And after tech review meeting, when the revisions were made, a kind of final set was submitted within our process to review surveys to the Planning and Zoning Office, to the Surveyor's Office, and to the Auditor's Office for their review to make sure those, other items were also met, including room 12, which is for the surveyors. Since that time, all comments have been, taken care of, through that process as well. And the applicant is looking for an approval, by the commissioners. This is a little different than your typical, vacation plat of right-of-way. If it was of land, it would have gone to the plan commission first before for, recommendation from that board, then to the commissioners. But because it is as an easement, it does not go before the plan commission. After all the administrative reviews, it comes straight here to the commissioners. So we were at that point, for, the request to be made, before the commissioners this evening.
No, we're not ready for that. The one issue that concerns me is, does the public water line run on that easement?
So,
If there's a,
so by statute, it's actually in the same statute that addresses vacation of easements. By statute, a vacation doesn't affect an easement that a utility would have on the area.
So their utility easement is separate?
As long as it's already existing. So if there are utilities on this property already, the vacation proceeding does not impact them.
Okay.
and there's actually a separate water line easement already established for that water line that runs along there. So it would not have any effect on that existing water
I think
line.
ultimately they're gonna move that water line out to the new US 50.
That is the request.
I just wanna make sure that we're,
Yeah, and that, like I said, with the separate easement being taken, or in place, there would be an issue with the right of way.
What about the potential sewer that is?
it's gonna run along.
It's gonna run, yes, so I did, also request the conceptual sanitary sewer layout, with Rizzo Engineering, to double check to make sure, and, they, assured me that it would have no effect on it as well, because they were gonna be running along US 50.
Okay, thank you.
I think at this point, we need to open the public hearing. John, do you wanna make a motion to open?
I'll make a motion, we open the public hearing.
And I'll second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any public comments as relate to Verity Lane?
I own part of the land. That's-
Sir, would you come up to the
Oh,
podium,
okay.
please?
I mean, I'm for it, so maybe I shouldn't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But, I just,
but your name, sir?
Richard Spurlock,
Okay,
yeah. So, I'm in agreement with everything with,
okay.
doing the easement, giving it to the property.
Great, thank you for coming in, appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah, well,
Hello, Rob Sig with Sig Surveying. I'm here representing Jeff Minder's, buyer for the property. So I think Mr. Spurlock's one of the owners, and then there's the Judy family that has the other property that Minder's is looking to purchase. And it should show on the drawing. I don't know if you have a copy of this or not. If you want to see it, I can show it to you. But,
I'm familiar enough with it, I don't know, how do you need?
I'm good.
So the ownership, the way it's set up is that the ownership splits right down the center of the old highway, so the land's already entitled to, Mr. Spurlock, Judy, and the Payne Farms. So no land's being given back, they're already being taxed for that, it's just merely getting rid of the easement, as Nicole said, so. So it's not a fee ownership or anything like that the county or state ever had. So, in regard to the water main, Jeff Minders is planning to move that, just like you're talking about. So that will go out towards 50, and it'll have to maintain the separation from where the proposed sewer line will be, just like it always does, so. That's about all I had. I think Nicole had everything covered there, unless you had any questions for me.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, have a good night.
Any other public comment?
I'll make a motion, we close public comment.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is closed. Okay, now,
So,
where are we going now with this?
yeah, so I've got the ordinance here that I've been working on as we've been discussing, and I can bring that back to our next meeting. And Nicole did say that the owners have to sign off on the plat yet anyway, so, assuming nobody has any objections to the request, I can bring the ordinance next meeting for your signature. It would be ordinance 2024-001, an ordinance vacating certain right-of-way easement located in Clay Township.
So we need to wait till the next meeting to approve the ordinance? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, because you still need signatures, Rob?
Yeah, I have to get signatures on these once I
Okay,
know.
yeah, because the survey would be attached as Exhibit A to the ordinance, so, it doesn't sound like there's any issues, but the ordinance will be on the agenda next meeting under old business to get it officially signed and everything, so.
Okay.
Okay. So no old business on the agenda. Moving to new business. We need to discuss litter coalition lane closures. Celeste. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thank you.
Stay warm.
Good evening, everybody. It seems like I was just here. This is the annual request for the road closures for the Dearborn County Anti-Litter Initiative. And we're starting our 9th year on this, by the way, guys. The first one is always the Volkenheim family, who started this long before the initiative started. And all of these are the same as last year, but we're gonna go over them. The first one is March 9th in the Logan area, and the Volkenheim family helps organize that. The alternate date is the following Saturday, in case we get snowed out or something like that. And road closures would be Whitetail from State Road 46 to Gaynor, from 8:30 to 10, and North Dearborn Hill from Pinhook, or, where all the roads come together there, North Dearborn, Pinhook, and all that, to State Line, from 10 to noon. And that's what we've done the last few years, and it seemed to work out pretty well. The second one will be April 13th, the State Line Hill. Alternate date is the 20th, and it would be the state line between the two entrances to Augusta. And of course, Augusta is the detour. And Sheriff's really good about handling that for us. May 18th is York Ridge from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, from the bottom of York Ridge Hill to Fox Road. And if it somehow doesn't happen on the 18th, it's not gonna. So they'll put it off till the next year. On the 14th of September, Georgetown, no alternate date there either. The road is proposed to be closed from 9 to 12 from Fairway Drive to State Route 1. And we did that for the first time last year. Worked out really well. So we're going to give it another shot. So, just asking here for your approval to close the roads, and Sheriff's Department is on the case, and Highway's been notified. So, should go off without a hitch, because these are pretty much routine.
Any discussion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the list as written.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks for what you do, Celeste.
Sure.
We appreciate that.
Okay.
Does it seem to be getting better year after year, or is it the same?
It seems like we clean it up and 5 minutes later it's messed up, so. Actually, the snow kind of hit a multitude of sins, Anyway.
Okay,
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Sue, are you presenting for Todd?
Yeah, I'm presenting the bid award for Todd. It's the 2024 paving, and he had the bid opening on January 10th. There were only 2 bids that were turned in, one from Dave O'Mara in the amount of $1,875,553. The second one was from Paul Rowe in the amount of $1,897,255.30. So that makes Dave O'Mara the winning bid, if you choose to accept that. And I have documents that need signatures.
Documents that need changes?
Signatures.
Signatures, okay. Any discussion on the paving? Do you have a list of which roads?
No.
Okay. I know we've got a good selection, and it's a good program. Brown, you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the David O'Mara's bid of, you need me to read him out?
Yeah, probably good.
Okay. I need to say that as soon as it come out of there. $1,875,553.
I'll second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
Okay.
Mm,
So this one
signatures.
needs to be signed by both of you as the and then his won't be back until Monday. I'm supposed to scan.
That's what he said.
Okay,
He said you're gonna do the minutes.
yeah, his will walk it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next item is the Dillsboro EMS contract. Who's gonna cover that?
I've got it here.
Okay.
So I think you've both been made aware that there are concerns with organizational structure in Dillsboro. There's been some organizational issues, which has also led to runs not being taken. Jared compiled some information that showed what those were, how that was the runs were being impacted. So, Commissioner Thatcher had asked me to prepare a letter, to present tonight. He's obviously not here, but, prepare a letter to present tonight should you so desire that we terminate, the contract, the 2024 contract with Dillsboro's emergency unit. Do you want me to read it?
I don't think we need to read it. Just as a matter of information, Dillsboro is not operating. They're not doing runs. The coverage of EMS in that area is primarily being done by the Aurora EMS, and that's unfortunate. I know that there are measures being taken to bring the Dillsboro EMS back up, in compliance with the contract, but we'll just have to take some time and see where that goes. Aurora has agreed to continue their extension of service in that area, and that's who we're dispatching to calls for EMS through 911. And we've got a contract that says we would pay Dillsboro EMS for their services. Services are not being performed, so we are terminating the contract, and this provides formal notification. Any further discussion or comments?
It is a 60-day window, so the termination would be effective March 17th, and it's stated by Commissioner Probst. There's verbiage in there that indicates that the county is willing to work with the Dillsboro Emergency Unit and will offer any assistance that the county can offer. But I think they're dealing with things internally that they've got to address.
I'll make a motion to approve the 60-day notice on the contract. With
Second.
EMS. Sorry. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This would be just Commissioner Probst's signature.
Andy, do you get this, or?
Sue can
I can mail it out
You get it
tomorrow.
later. Okay, Sue.
All right, so we have the 2024 Paul's contract. It's the same as it was last year when they, I believe last year was the first year they raised it, $11,000 per month, which makes $132,000 per year. So we already have signatures from them, and we just need to approve it, by your board and get signatures and attest by Connie, and we'll move forward from there.
Any discussion or comments?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agreement with Paul's.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Your signature. Anything else, Sue?
No, that's all I have.
Connie?
Yeah. Claims?
Claims.
I'll make a motion on claims.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Claims are approved.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I'm like,
I will sign on the top of your head.
You want?
once you attend, if you get, unless you want to send it.
Oh, good. And we got one more there, I think.
Make a motion to approve payables.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And we have minutes from January 2nd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes January 2nd.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. There we go.
Okay, and you just have to acknowledge that you've looked at, the encumbrances.
Okay, I reviewed the encumbrances.
I looked at them too.
Nothing out of line. It's just a matter of doing business for the counties. We have reviewed them.
Okay, and you've got one more thing, it's the, $40,000, Community Foundation for the EMF consultant.
Right. Just as a matter of information, we have a grant request in support of the EMS study that we signed a contract for at the last meeting. And this is just the commissioner's acknowledgement of what we're doing. Did we sign anything for that one?
You do.
Yeah, I did. Where's the original?
Right here.
Okay. Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that Rick, be able to sign the
Acknowledge the,
grant.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He's Rick too.
Yeah.
I answered with Okay, I have no more pieces of paper. Anything else, Connie?
No, I'm done.
All right, Andy? Safe travels to Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Commissioner comments, Alan?
I have none.
My only comment is to try and make folks aware that we do have, the cities are providing safe havens from the cold weather. I know Aurora and Lawrenceburg have stepped up, and they've got designated areas if anyone needs them. Kudos to the cities for being proactive in that manner. And that's all I've got. Late arrival information? Any public comment?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Nothing better to do, what?
I ran 10 minutes over, I'm sorry, Alan.
Yeah, you did. Your prediction was.
Nicole?